Hello, my electric car friends. So, we are doing today a worst case scenario driving test. That means we're driving in low temperature, slippery roads, partly with snow covered, and we are going from lower altitude, 2000 feet, up to 5500 feet, and we are going back. We try to drive always as fast as possible within the limits of the law. And when we are later back on the Autobahn, we will drive absolutely full speed, as fast as it goes, up to 150 miles per hour. I started our journey now. We are driving from 30 miles south of Munich to Garmisch. From Garmisch, we cross the border to Austria. We go along the Lech Valley to Wart, which is on the northern side of the Alps. In Austria, it's about 5,500 meters high. So my English-speaking friends, 2.4 miles per watt hour after 10 miles driven, but it will definitely change with the time. And you see the weather conditions. It's wet, but there is actually no snow on the streets. Yeah, but we will go from an elevation about 2,500 feet to 7,000 feet. 5,000 feet. Yeah, so we will go up to the mountains, and we will go back. So in both directions, and afterwards we will have a number for worst case driving conditions, a Lucid Air Dream, 1126 horsepower. It's an amazing car. So now we are in Garmisch-Partenkirchen. This was host of the infamous Winter Olympics in 1936. My grandparents at this time lived in Riga, in the Baltic countries, which was independent at the time. Then Hitler and Stalin made a contract. It became the Soviet Union, 1939. And my grandparents went to Sweden, and after the war they went to Germany. And now I'm in Germany. And Garmisch is a very, very beautiful city. And you see amazing landscape and really, really So, worst case scenario driving finished. I have driven 370 kilometers and I have 8% left, which is indicated as 50 kilometers, 55 kilometers, 60 kilometers. And so I think realistically I can go about 240 miles. And I was driving fast, so fast that I cannot make videos from it. I go more than 200 kilometers per hour, if possible. Average speed of the last 70 kilometers was 180 kilometers per hour on German highway without speed limit. Yeah, but you have to concentrate. It's cold, so no risk. So worst case scenario driving is 240, 250 miles, and you can go all the way like with a combustion engine car. So that's the truth. You'll see here 8%. That's it. Hope you have enjoyed. See you soon. Here's my final verdict after this 267 miles of full speed driving, cold weather driving, slippery road driving, and much more. The Lucid, in my opinion, is actually the best electric car available for a long distance. It is actually not the fastest charging car on the market. Porsche Taycan second generation and several Hyundais and Kias a little bit faster. But considering the low consumption of the car under any circumstances, with the smaller wheels, by the way, it's still on the top 10. And, let's be serious. Who of you is driving from Denver to Dallas every day and back, and who needs to charge 2-3 times from 10 to 80%, or from 10 to 100%, or from 0 to 100%. You know, this is not real world. Real world is that you maybe go several times a year on a long distance, and usually you don't drive more than 500-600 miles a day. You make a short stop during your trip. You go for lunch or for dinner, and in the meanwhile you charge your car. So I don't think it's really necessary to speak about records in charging times. Yeah, the car is very effective in using the energy. It has a big battery, 114 kilowatt hours usable capacity. Yeah, and therefore it's a perfect car for driving long distances. And you have seen the car can at least go 270 miles, even if you drive it as fast as a combustion engine car without looking on the consumption. And therefore it's a good car. It's a very, very good car, you know. And you have to keep also something in mind, which you maybe not hear on other car channels. Keep in mind, electric cars are doing big steps forward every 1, 2, 3 years. Yeah, in another 2, 3, 4 years, you will have batteries with 1,000 watt hours per kilogram. That means if you compare it to an actual Lucid battery, you will have, with the same size of battery, you will have 4 times more range. Yeah, and then what will you need more? You need a car with 3,000 miles of capacity, of driving distance. I think nobody needs that. Yeah, so we are already top notch considering the actual quality of the batteries, and also the quality of the car. The car is very, very good. I want to mention especially that driving on snow, it's the best car I've ever driven. I have to say that again, because I'm living close to the mountains, or let me say right now, I'm close to the mountains for a couple of weeks and months. And the car is perfect on snow. So if you want to have a safe car with a long range, and with a very good building quality, it's fine. Yeah, and I'm not talking about any kind of you know, that you have problems maybe with a system. Yeah, that it's difficult to find several points in the menus, in the sub-menus. You know, when you buy an Android phone and you was used an Apple phone, it's difficult. You need time. The same thing the other way around. If you go from an Android to an Apple phone to iPhone, yeah, from iOS to Android, it's difficult. You need a time. It's the same with the car. So the menu is logic. You need some time. Some steps are different, of course, than when you drive a Tesla or a Hyundai. Of course, yeah, that's normal. You have to learn a little bit. But it's a good car. It's good quality. Yeah, and I'm not talking about the pricing. It's an expensive car, but it's top-notch car. So, you know, if you want to have the best of the best, you should buy it.